generous, innovative, dedicated family man and friend. How do you put a life like Harris Rosen's into words? The hospitality pioneer and founder of multiple hotel properties helped shape Orlando's world-renowned tourism corridor. But for most, it is Mr. Rosen's compassionate heart he will best be remembered for. He passed away at the age of 85 in late 2024. And on this night, under the palm trees on the Rosen College campus, hundreds gathered to pay tribute to a man who meant so much to so many.
Just had the biggest heart. And he saw positive in people. He was committed to everything that he did. When he had his mind to something, you knew it was going to happen, right? And he was generous with his time. You know, a lot of people can give things and money, but time, he gave us his time whenever we needed or asked.
Harris Rosen was such a one-of-a-kind visionary. And if you think about all the different things that we have in the tourist zone, the hotels, the restaurants, the attractions, right? He was on the forefront of that. You know, a kid out of New York who built his way up to probably being the biggest hospitality legend in Central Florida, and you can't replace that.
While Mr. Rosen's impact on Orlando's tourism industry is immeasurable, his desire to lift others up extended far beyond.
Most people think of him as a brilliant businessman, which he was, but they think that that's all about him. In reality, he was much more. He was what I would call a Renaissance man. He took an interest in things that normally hotel managers or owners will never take.
Harris Rosen invested in underserved communities like Tangelo Park, providing free preschool and full scholarships for the program's high school graduates. He took great care of his employees with free English classes and a healthcare center. Mr. Rosen was instrumental in creating the UCF Rosen College of Hospitality Management, which recently celebrated its 20th anniversary.
At the scholarship ceremony in fall 2023, I had gotten the Harris Rosen Hospitality Management Scholarship in my undergraduate degree program, and I got to personally shake his hand for that and talk to him. And there was hundreds of students that received that singular scholarship. And the fact that he talked to each and every single one of us individually to praise us for getting that scholarship and tell us how much he loved giving that money for us to have our education thrive and our personal and professional development, that right there tells me how genuine that was, that he cared that much to continuously do that. And he took the time to get to know each and every one of us through that process.
Founding Dean Dr. Abraham Pazam cherished his decades-long friendship with Harris Rosen.
We share many things in common, and one of those, tenacity, as you said, and shooting straight. And there were many instances where we clashed, friendly, but we clashed. And one of those you'll hear about this particular fountain.
Although he grew to appreciate it, Mr. Rosen felt the fountain was an unnecessary addition to the budget. In front of said fountain, with a wink to his enduring spirit, his son Joshua Rosen warmly urged leaders to continue his father's legacy.
I ask you now to seek not a monument or a bust that may or may not really look like him, but to seek his inspiration. But seek it not from buildings that can only be found in this little corner of the world, but seek that inspiration from within yourselves, from the deepest noble desire to not only do well, but to also do good. For that is where Harris Rosen resides today. That is where Dad still helps us to help others and to do the right thing, as he so often championed.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My
On this night,
friend,
with the fountain
I'll
waters
say
quiet,
clear
attendees passed
and
a
state
flame
my
representing the spark
case,
he
of
ignited
which
in
I'm
countless
certain.
lives.
I've lived a life that's full. I traveled
Harris Rosen,
each
A Life
and
Illuminated.
every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way.
And so if you, like me, are ever saddened by his absence, you don't have to look around or look behind you or to a monument or a bust, the likeness of which is dubious at best. You need only look inside yourself and find that the best of him resides in all of you as well.
There was much talk tonight about legacy and how Mr. Rosen would not have wanted a monument in his honor, but rather the thousands of students who are going on to careers in hospitality who will be continuing his vision. In the words of the closing song by Frank Sinatra, for Mr. Rosen, I did it my way. In Orange County, I'm Crystal Candy for Orange TV.
We can do whatever we want to do, whatever we believe is right. And that's what we do. Whether it's teaching English, whether it's healthcare, whatever it may be, we do it our way.